Dozens of Ukrainian troops are wrapping up their training in Spain on the Leopard 2 tanks Western allies agreed to send to help Ukraine in its fight. This is part of a coordinated effort with Spain, Germany, Norway, Poland, Portugal, and the Netherlands to supply Kyiv with around 80 Leopard 2 vehicles. Our next guest is a U.S. Army veteran who has been fighting alongside Ukrainians since the beginning and sharing his experience with us from the ground. We're happy to join Miro Popovich, or have him join us here. He is back in the U.S. for the first time since the start of the war. Miro, thank you.
Hi.
We appreciate you joining us. Good morning to you. So we're happy to see that you're safe. You're heading back to Ukraine tomorrow. Your assessment of where you think this war is 1 year out, and I mean, you've been, fighting for a year.
Well, since day one, I think the whole world was giving us, 2-3 days? Mm-hmm. And here we are 1 year later, and we are fighting back. And our armed forces have liberated much of a territory. I know it's a still long way to go, but, we're on the right track. Of course, obviously, with the support from Europe and United States and the whole world that cherishes the freedom and human rights. With all that help, we are on the right track to end this war as soon as possible.
You've said you're surprised that it's still going on even this long. We hit the 1 year mark. We talked about what that meant. What is it like being on the ground there? Given you've been someone who's been there, you're going back, as Don said. What is it like there?
Well, you know what? I can say it's horrible, and it'll be the right statement. But, we as humans, we get used to anything. And probably 1 year later, I get used to seeing horrible and tremendous things or being under fire. You get used to this, but it's not normal, obviously. But it is, I tell you this, it is amazing to see how united Ukrainians are and the whole world around us. And to see I've been to Kharkiv, Kherson, Mykolaiv, Kyiv, all these cities, and everywhere you see people united. It's amazing. Yeah.
Why did you come back?
To United States?
Yeah.
Man, I have to file my taxes. I'm a United States. I'm a United States citizen. Yeah. I haven't filed my taxes in 21, and I have to file for 22. And my driver's license was expiring. My U.S. passport was expiring because it's been a long time. Yeah. So I had to come here and do those little things. And the other thing is Andrei Khlivnyuk from Boombox, the Pink Floyd guy. Mm-hmm. The guy who sang with Pink Floyd. We are in the same team. So he came here with a tour with his band Boombox to raise money for Ukraine humanitarian and military aid. So I'm here sort of helping him out as well.
One big thing we've been talking about this morning is also the politics here at home and support for Ukraine. Because we've heard Biden and the admin talk about supporting Ukraine as long as it takes. But Ron DeSantis is someone who is expected to enter the Republican race. He is polling the closest to Trump of anyone else. And he said, last night he doesn't think the U.S. should be involved in what he called a territorial dispute between Ukraine and Russia. Are you worried about the future of politics here and how that affects support for Ukraine?
What's this guy's name?
Ron DeSantis.
He's Ron DeSantis. Florida, yeah, I heard his name, yes. Well, I want to let him know that this is not a territorial dispute. Russia has invaded Ukraine to destroy, demolish, rape, kill, and it's not a territorial dispute. So hopefully this guy doesn't win. But what was the question again?
Well, just the concern about what the support could look like and the U.S. commitment and broader commitment to Ukraine.
Of course, the United States supports Ukraine very much, and I am concerned if the support will stop, it'll be harder for us because we already paid the highest price, the ultimate price. I mean, tens of thousands of people died, and I've seen cities demolished. For instance, city of Makiyivka, where 10,000 people live there, is demolished 100%. There's no more. The city doesn't exist anymore. So this is not a territorial dispute. This is life or death. So as someone said, if Russia stops shooting, there'll be no war. If Ukraine stops shooting, there'll be no Ukraine. So that's exactly what's happening.
Before you go, can we Can you tell us about your shirt? Because
Oh,
I
the shirt.
noticed it in the commercial
Yes.
break.
This is a Saint Javelin shirt. Perhaps to Saint Javelin. I think it's a Saint Mary that's holding a javelin, and they call it the protector of Ukraine.
Which obviously have been critical for Ukraine.
Yes.